Google hopes a new strategy this morning will disrupt the cell phone business. It launched a wireless phone service Wednesday designed to be a cheaper alternative to carriers like AT&T and Verizon. Google calls Project Fi an experiment. Andy Serwer is editor-in-chief of Yahoo Finance. Andy, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
What is Project Fi?
So it's Google's way of getting into the mobile phone business, and there's a couple elements that are very exciting for consumers potentially. The most important is you will pay a la carte for the data that you use on your phone plan, only paying for the data that you actually use, as opposed to the other carriers where you pay a massive amount for data and you sometimes don't use it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, it is a good idea, and I think it's probably going to disrupt the entire long-distance phone service business. I think AT&T and Verizon are going to have to respond. And it's also another part of the great unbundling that's going on. We're seeing in businesses all across society with music and, of course, with cable television. The Internet is allowing companies to offer people only what they want to buy instead of whole packages.
Can you get Project Fi today?
You can't get it quite yet, Nora. It's just rolling out. Isn't it always that way, right?
They keep having the,
all the good things are right over the horizon.
It's
such a tease.
Well,
it's going to be great, but you can't get it.
I want my watch.
It only works on Nexus phones, obviously on their Android system, and they're rolling it out slowly to see if it works. And after that, if it does work, I'd expect to see it on Android phones.
Which is the, I mean, because you can have the idea, you need the infrastructure in place, right? You can unbundle, you can disrupt all you want, but you have to actually be able to execute the plan.
Right, and Google is piggybacking off of T-Mobile and Sprint. They're not building their own mobile system across the country, and T-Mobile and Sprint are the smaller players in the business. They obviously need the traffic that this new Google business would bring them.
So this could be a disruptive element.
Yeah, it really could. And I mean, the interesting thing too is, how is Apple going to respond? Because if Apple sees this new service is going to juice sales of Android phones, then Apple is going to tell Verizon and AT&T, hey, you better start unbundling as well, and you better start offering consumers, you know, a la carte for data as well.
What's the essential difference between the different carriers? Is there much?
Well, there's a couple of different differences. One is, of course, coverage. AT&T and Verizon have much better coverage than Sprint and T-Mobile. You put them together, though, which is what Google's doing, and you probably kind of equate to a Verizon or a Sprint. You know, when you compare these plans, it's very complicated.
Yeah, that's
right?
why I'm asking.
It's very opaque. Comparing them is almost impossible. I mean, there are websites devoted to comparing plans. It's something all of us hate as consumers, right? You walk in and someone tries to explain it to you, you're scratching your head, comparing it to another company. This plan is a lot simpler. You pay $20 a month for unlimited voice and unlimited text, and then $10 per 1 gig of data you use. If you buy 3 gigs and you only use 1 gig, you get refunded. You get your money back. So it's simple.
Nora wants it. Can you make it happen or not?
Yeah.
I'll call Google right away, Nora.
I first need to find out.
See what I can do. Larry Page is on the line.
I first need to find out how many gigs I use every month.
Probably between 5 and 10, I would bet.
Really?
For light users, this is going to make sense. Heavy users, you may want to stick with a bundle. A la carte versus prix fixe at a restaurant, Charlie.
Andy Serwer.
Right?
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Yes.